FHO Podcast Radio.
It's your boy, Big Cell, FHO's HNIC, Mr. Him Be Everywhere. Big Cell, you still keeping it 100. Well, keep hitting those asses with the truth on FHO Podcast Radio. FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, grown folks' business. You're listening to MC 101 Talk Show. Live. Hosted by two Gunzz. Co-hosted by Big Cell. And we talking straight motorcycle protocol. Tune in every Wednesday around 7 p.m. for pure motherfucking facts on FHO Podcast Radio. MC 101. Where motorcycling is life. Live. Hosted by two Gunzz. Co-hosted by Big Cell. And we talking straight motorcycle protocol. Tune in every Wednesday.
Yeah, that's that. Okay.
What's up, Big Cell? This is your boy Passionate from Enlightened Ministry Biker Church from Los Angeles, California. When we're not riding, we listen to FHO Podcast Radio.
What's up? It's your girl, Latina. I'm chilling with my boy, Big Cell, and you're listening to FHO Podcast Radio. Stay tuned.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the
Happy
same.
New Year,
Do
yeah.
shit that make you happy.
What up? This is Chris from Exclusive Sounds. When I'm not doing music on bikes, I'm tuned in to the FHO Podcast Radio.
Yo, what's up, man? This is your boy, man, Mr. Let Me Hold Something himself, DJ Dirty. And you're listening to FHO Podcast Radio with my man, Big Cell, the FHO ABCDEFGHNIC. Big Cell, come on, man, speak on it, man. Let's ride.
What up, y'all? This Big Punch from the motherfucking candy shop. We chilling over here with Big Cell, man, the FHONICKEMMY, man. You know what I mean? All them alphabets, man. About to get all that shit going. Holla.
Yo, this hot boy on a Red Breed Mother chapter out of Compton, California. Tuned in to FHO all the way from 310 to the 404. Y'all know how this shit go.
What up? I into my on the Big Cell in the FHO Radio.
Say, man, what's happening, man? Happy motherfucking New Year, you ungrateful son of a bitches. You understand me, you non-motorcycling motherfuckers, man. Happy New Year's, man, to everybody, man. We love you. We appreciate you, man. We glad you're here, man. We glad you made it to come hang out with us. It's Wednesday, MC 101, Protocol and Tradition, right here on FHO Podcast Radio. I got my man, Two Gunzz. It's going down today. We're going to talk about tradition and brotherhood and some more stuff. And again, excuse all of that Raider paraphernalia. Do not let that distract you from the message. I understand how hard it can be because you're staring at the Raider stuff. You feel what I'm saying? But do not let it distract you. Can you hear me, Gunzz? You on? Oh, hold on. You're not even on the. Hold on, man. What happened? Hold on. You're not not even on the board, man. Hold on. I think the call kicked you off. Hold on. Here we go. All right, you on? No, see now. You on there now?
Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. But hold on. But now I gotta hold on. Let me hit you right back. I gotta hang up and hit you right back. Let me get him back on here, y'all. Somebody called me. Matter of fact, let me put that on there right now. Do not disturb. All right, let me get this thing together, y'all. Do not disturb. Do not disturb. Do not disturb. Do not disturb. Boom. There you go. Do not disturb. Boom. Come back right here. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Come back here. Boom. There you go. All right, now we in stereo. Okay. All right, there we go. Now I got you in stereo. So what I was telling everybody was I don't want the message to be lost looking at that bullshit ass background you got. You understand me?
Right there.
So yeah, see what I'm saying? Listen, man, we trying to teach, man. We can't teach with all of that in the background. So anyway, Happy New Year's, all you cocksuckers, man, all you motherfuckers that ain't riding your motorcycle. Happy New Year. 2020. Your New Year's resolution should be, I promise I'm going to ride my motorcycle. I promise I'm going to ride. I'm going to get some yonder. I'm going to get out and I'm going to represent. I'm going to take pride in what's on my back. I'm going to show the club that I can be a superstar and or a VIP. And just do your thing, man. It's the year for us, man. It's the year for us to come together as a people. And we don't have that much time left, man. Shit is getting crazy out here, man. It's getting super duper crazy. And we got to tighten up, man. We got to tighten up as a people. It's a we problem. And we are the only ones that can fix it. So it is what it is. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. I love you. I'm glad you made it. 2020 FHO got a lot of exciting stuff going on. We got some major stuff that we're working on, all thanks to you and your donations. So I'm going to tell you right now, don't forget to donate to the channel. Don't forget to support the channel via Cash App, PayPal, because those things make it necessary for you to get the commercial that Gunzz got, for you to be here, for me to bring you this audio and this video and all this other stuff. And we just on, man, and we can't do it without you. We love you and we thank you in advance. Y'all can say I'm begging, you can say I'm doing whatever, but I'm trying to get there, and I'm trying to get there for us. This is a us program. Ain't nobody out here giving it to you like I'm giving it to you. There's nobody else that has reached out to Gunzz to bring you this type of information, to give it to you raw and uncut. And he's not afraid to bring it to you. He's giving it to you 100. So you need to show some love and show some support for that, because you got to be learning. If this is episode 4, if you have not learned nothing yet, then I don't know what else to tell you. If they haven't learned nothing by now, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell them, Gunzz, for real, man. So it is what it is. But we on tonight. So check this out, man. I got a new drop. And I got a new sponsor, so shout out to my new sponsor, man, coming on board. He'll be here live tomorrow in the studio. But let me hit y'all with this one, man.
Big Cell. You still keeping it 100. Well, keep hitting those asses with the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
That's right there, man. So, Gunzz, what's going on, man? It's the new year. What you got planned?
Man, New Year.
What you got planned, man? 2020, man. What you got planned, man?
This is what I wanted to talk about tonight. And so, I just jump right into it.
Do your thing.
And I tell y'all, man, I'm going to give you a story. This is my history. So I was probably about 8 years old. And I remember this because I was a little kid. It was during a tough time. So you're talking about 74, around that time frame. And, so you got a lot of guys coming in, and my uncle was coming back from Vietnam. And so what they was doing is they basically was going to do a big-ass barbecue for him in the park. And that's what they did. And I remember it was my first experience to be able to see everybody coming together. Like, MCs was coming together. There was a lot of different guys out there riding bikes. My family had a deep history in bikes, had a deep history of lowriders. So, all of a sudden, all these people was getting together. And that was the common thread back in that time frame, was people used to go to the parks, and they would take things to the parks, and they would have these, they would basically just have a good time out there, fellowship, breaking bread, doing shit like that. And that was my life growing up. Like, I used to go to the parks and wash bikes, wash cars. I would anything. And they would be like, man, yo, this little dude right here, man, he just here hungry. I never wanted to know about other things outside of what they was doing. Like, I didn't need to know about toys or stuff that little kids was asking about. I wanted to know about, how do I do what you doing? How can I get the knowledge? So I would ask them general questions like, man, how you guys do this? How do you get on the road? How is this? What kind of clothes you wear? I would just go there to ask them questions. And they'd be like, yo, wash the bike, and I'll talk to you while you're washing the bike. After everybody started to know me, now this is in East Oakland, after everybody started to know me, they knew me as the kid that would come and wash the bikes, but I had to give them knowledge. They had to give me knowledge. I wouldn't charge them. I wouldn't ask them for no money. I just wanted the information. That's all I wanted was knowledge. But every Sunday, I always saw the same guys, the same groups, and then all of a sudden it started transcending, and then next thing you know, all the bikers was getting together and coming to the park. And that was my history. That's how I was raised up. We didn't do shit in clubhouses. We didn't do shit at the Ramada Inn. We did it in the parks. So the first thing I want to do, man, and I'd like to shout out, everybody knows that I went this weekend or this last week to bury my good friend TJ. The show is definitely going to be dedicated to him. And the topic that I really want to talk about is something that was near and dear to his heart, because he always used to say, Two Gunzz, we got to get back to the old ways of doing shit, where brotherhood and fellowship was foremost. That's what it was about. It wasn't about what rag you had on your back. It wasn't about the colors you had. It wasn't about the bike you had. It wasn't about none of that shit. It was about getting together and breaking bread. Now, when I went to Memphis this weekend, I'm going to tell you, I was really surprised at how the fellowship in that area. I mean, you know, one of the clubs, 1% Club, had a big party, and I can guarantee you, man, there was 300-400 people in there, and they just came to basically break bread. And that's something that you look at, and you got all these different clubs in the same place doing the same thing, getting shit together and having fellowship. I mean, it was a beautiful thing, and we're missing that. And so for 2020, that's my challenge to everybody out there is, man, let's stop with the bullshit, stop with all the rest of the drama. I know sometimes we, as 1%ers, we alpha males. As 99s and outlaws, sometimes we alpha males, even 99s alpha males. All that shit don't mean nothing, man, because it's our community that we're destroying when we do that stupid shit, that dumb shit. Another one, man, I went down to Jacksonville, Florida. And I'm not going to give no names, but a 1% Club decided, yo, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get everybody in Jacksonville together, all the 1%ers. We're going to put them in the same place.
Not to cut you off, but I was finna tell you they done that. Soul Brothers done that in Jacksonville.
So they do that a lot. Soul Brothers do that a lot. And so that was the whole scenario when the situation it comes down to is they got everybody together. Now they had every major black dominant in Florida. All the players, every one of them. And they all got together for a big, huge picnic party get-together. Later on that night, went to the clubhouse. Everybody that was at the party came together, fellowship, brotherhood, with no drama, with no BS. And I'm going to tell you, man, I didn't know that they was doing that because I just went down there to see the fans. I just happened to, bounce down there and go in there. And I'm like looking at this like, wait a minute, we got all the 1%ers in the same place at the same time? I'm like, wow, that's... And then I stepped back and thought about it like, man, that's deep. That's real. Yeah, well, you can do that.
And I actually know the guy that helped put that together, my man, Chris Houston at the time. They called him Sarge. I believe he was the vice president at the time. That was his idea. And, well, it was his. He took it to the club, and the club on the whole made it all happen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, this was another. Yeah. This wasn't him. I know Sarge. This was another group that did it, but they was a part of it. They all got together and said they wanted to have a big, huge event. I mean, I'll put it out there with Sid City that the guy from Sid City is the one that put it together, said, I want to have this big event. We're going to host it in the party. But again, Sarge was there. All the major players in the 1% ranks in the black side was there. Everybody got together. Everybody basically came together and said, we're going, for this day, all the rest of this BS, all the rest of this stuff for this weekend, we're going to make this happen. And we're going to do it the right way. We're going to take it back to the old school. And that's what really needs to happen. last point I'm gonna make on this drop.
Well, let me comment on it. Let me say this. Now, understand this. The biggest problem you're gonna have, and y'all know me now. I got to keep it 100 with you. I got to keep 100 with you. The biggest problem you're gonna have is the egos. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For example, I'm gonna say this, and I mean no disrespect. I hope I'm not crossing no lines, but you could get those guys to come together in Florida, okay? And the Florida chapter can function with the Florida Soul Brothers, okay? But then when it comes to Georgia, they don't function, they don't mix, and it's an issue. And so what I've seen, and it's just me talking what I've seen. What I've seen is how, for example, you guys are cool with them here. Okay, for example, this clique is cool with this clique. These people are cool with these people. But then when these people, which is their other people, come from in town, now they're not cool with them people. When when they leave, so that's probably where we have to start. I think what I'm saying is this. What I'm trying to say is this: is that where we have to start at Gunzz is that we have to have a universal roundtable. And the biggest problem with a lot of the head honchos, with a lot of the head clubs, is that, and I've heard this now, and again, I'm not trying to be no asshole, I'm not trying to start no shit, and I'm not trying to step on no toes, but I've heard, man, that chapter over there, we can't even control them. Them y'all just got, they just out of control. And for me, how do you have a chapter under your regime that you can't control?
I'm gonna throw some names out there, man. Today, this morning we got on the road. I didn't actually go to the thing, but they had a big get together. And Street Soldiers out here from Raleigh, I'm gonna shout them out. Sons of Solomon out here in the Lucana area, shout them out. The Icebreakers, shout them out, man. And so we was having these same conversations and we was talking. So today, my man T-Rock got together from Street Soldiers and he put together a ride, got everybody together and they went, broke bread in the morning, got some breakfast or whatever it is, and then they just hit clubhouses after clubhouses. They went over here, hit this clubhouse, touched this clubhouse, touched the next clubhouse, and did things like that. Now, I want people to understand, that's the way we should be doing things. That's the way we should be setting stuff up, whereas we don't need to go and sit in our clubhouses all day. You know what? I saw something in Chicago and I thought was the best thing in the world. I mean, it was beautiful. Is cats would go from one clubhouse to the next clubhouse to the next clubhouse, and the people that was at the clubhouse was closing their clubhouses so they can go to the next clubhouse. So they were supporting each other, putting money in each other's coffers, but at the same time frame, they was getting a chance to see each other and spend time with each other. The one way in your area that you can actually have this function and function like that is for you to get to know the people, because 9 times out of 10, and I said this before, is you could be at war with a motherfucker. I mean, trust me. When I was in my former nation, look, it is what it is with certain clubs. And then to be able to step back and get a chance to actually, talk or, have them around me and look at them and saying, man, these dudes ain't no different than I am. These dudes do the same thing I do, and they basically the same person as I am. We just different. We on different skins. And so, like today with, Sons of Solomon, I was sitting down there talking with the Sons of Solomon, and the whole thing came up, exactly what you just said. And I was addressing it is this is what we need to be doing. And they said, well, the problem that comes down to it is exactly what you said. So how you do it is the same way that I did it this weekend when I went to Memphis. So when I went to Memphis, all of a sudden my eyes was open to a different way that they doing business in Memphis. But guess what? It takes us traveling. It takes us moving out. And it takes us building those bonds. But if those bonds are not built in the state, when guys from out of town come into town, if those bonds aren't built, there's nothing for you to show them. But they was able to show me a different side of this is the way we do business in Memphis. So the way they was doing business in Memphis, it's all good across the hood. They not worried about all the rest of the drama and all the BS. They basically get together, have a good time, enjoy themselves, and they keep it pushing. That's where we got to get back to.
And one thing I can say about Memphis is I could probably say this about Memphis. I haven't met an OMC or 1%er in Memphis that I don't like. From Hell's Lovers to Cass, all of them cats are kind of laid back from what I know now. Just me visiting Memphis several times that I visit a year. Because I visit Memphis several times a year. So most of those cats are laid back. But like I said, what you're requesting, number one, should already been done. Number one. Number two is, all I'm saying is that. So let's break it down. In order for this to happen, and we're just gonna, man, I know I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm really not. I'm not trying to speak on shit. I'm not trying to speak on shit I'm not supposed to be speaking on. Okay. In order for this to happen, okay, people have to be willing to give up the I am number one status. I am the baddest dog on the block status. I am the big dog status. Okay.
You know, I would say it like this. Now, I'd have been around a lot of states, and there's a few states that I would say there's some 1% clubs, and they feel like they the big dogs on the block. If you look at 50 states in the United States, or 51 states in the United States, if you look at the actual states, it's the anomaly of the club or the states that actually are in that same category. Because everybody, it's not like the 70s, it's not like the 60s, it's not like the 80s, where you just didn't have people moving around. It's people move every day. People go to different areas and they come to different areas and they move for jobs, they move for all different kind of things. My man 100, he just moved to Texas. Just like that, boom. You know, hey, I got this job offer, I'm gone. So that's not how it is anymore. The way that we have to do it and the way that it starts is the relationships have to be developed in those states. So you got to have a good relationship in those states. You can't worry about what California's doing, what Philly's doing, what Jersey's doing, what DMV's doing. You got to worry about what's going on in your state, and the states have to start there. Once the states can establish that they have a good working relationship, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna filter down. It ain't got no choice but to filter down, because all of a sudden these cats is coming in from them states where they got drama. They're gonna be like, shit, y'all living like. I go to Florida and I'm like, shit, y'all living in luxury down this motherfucker. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You know, even when I was in my former nation, it was like that. I'm like, man, y'all living in luxury, because where I'm at, I'm worried about getting shot off my bike every time I get on my bike. And y'all not worried about that because you guys got some good relationships developed here, and you don't have the drama and the BS. That old shit, man, motherfucker, if you running around trying to find drama and find bullshit, you know, that devil gonna come knocking on your door. 9 times out of 10, 1% is outlaws, man, they don't give a fuck about, oh, this is my set, this is my drug trap. No, come on, man, we all working. We all go to fucking work. We ain't worried about all the rest of that shit. What we worried about is getting on our bikes, brotherhood, fellowship, being able to break bread with each other, and taking care of our families and making sure that we don't get killed on the way doing that. That's all it is, man. That's 1% life.
Yeah, but
Gunzz. Caveat that, man.
But Gunzz, listen, listen.
It's easy, man. It's hard,
bro,
because people living in them. They living in that past, man.
Listen.
That past, they need to erase that shit, man. It's 2020, man. We need to stop fucking around.
Yeah, but listen, I got to keep it 100, man. I'm just finna. I got to. I'm the good. I'm the yang on this one. I'm the yang on this one. There are no more real shot callers.
No.
Even on the 1% side, the diamond side, the national president on the diamond side don't mean shit no more. That title used to be reserved for the highest level of respect. You got people now on both sides, 1% and 99% of the side, they don't give a fuck about a national. You got people, whole clubs bucking the national system, and that's them over there. That's them in Connecticut. We don't do that shit over in Atlanta. I'm like, yeah, but your man in Connecticut is you know, they putting this down in Connecticut, and we, you know, and I'm gonna give you. Let me give you this. Let me give you this. God damn it, this is a real life story from me. This is a real life story from me, and the people involved. If you don't like it, fuck it. It is what it is. Y'all know what happened, and it's what it was. Perfect example. I'm in San Antonio, Texas, for the Rot Rally. Not the Rot. Is it the Rot Rally? I think it's the Rot Rally, or the other rally that they have. Bandito. I think it's Bandito territory. Okay. That weekend, it is a fly zone, or whatever they call it, where every all colors are welcome. It ain't no bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now hold on now. At this time, I was bringing a club to that area and the club had been approved by one OMC, done, sanctioned, the whole 9 yards, approved, but we hanging out, and another OMC is approaching them like, hey, I don't give a fuck what that OMC said. This shit ain't gonna go, blah, blah, blah. So me, at that time, was the person that put it happen. I jump in the middle of it, and now I'm face to face with these OMCs, and I'm telling them, hey, bro, listen, this is what it is. If you don't like it, you know the protocol. I know the protocol. You should know the protocol. This is who you're supposed to talk to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And they told me, listen, and I said, they said, fuck them. It is what it is. I'm telling you what it is. Now we're going to deal with you. You feel what I'm saying? And then I said, I'll tell you what, let me call one of your bosses, one of your big brothers, or whatever you want to call it, because I don't want to downplay his position. Boom, I make the phone call. Hey, boom, hey, what up, Sel? Say, man, I'm here. Like, I'm surrounded. I got your boys got me. Blah 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 blah. What? No, fuck that. Put them on the phone. Say, player. They get a little greetings. Blah 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 blah. And I hear him tell a boss, man, listen, I got you, but fuck that. We ain't liking this nigga. He got the blah 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 blah. And he's like, well, man, at least let him slide. He's like, man, fuck that. We gonna look, bro. You over there, and that's exactly what he said. Hey, bro, you over there. Fuck that. We finna deal with this shit right now. And he give me back the phone. The boss on the phone says, hey, man, listen, just please try to get out of there. So I don't want no issues. They not listening. What I'm telling you, bro, is that anytime that you have individuals in any establishment that are part of establishment, that represent an establishment, but are not listening to the heads of the table, or not listening to the so-called bosses, shot callers, people in charge, then you will never be able to get what you're talking about getting. What they did in Jacksonville was so fucking beautiful that it scared the local police. It scared everything. They didn't know what.
It will.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But what I'm telling you is this, and hold on, let me say this. Now, that same scenario that you're talking about in Jacksonville, here comes a couple of weeks later, and now a couple of them clubs got bros coming from other states to Jacksonville to function at their event. And the bros from other states tell these cats in Jacksonville, hey, man, we don't fuck with them cats. They can't come. Now, the same people you were just at the picnic, fellowship, and kicking it with, blase, blase, blase. Now you telling them at the door, hey, man, look, man, so-and-so is in town, man. They don't fuck with y'all. Y'all can't come. This shit, what I'm saying, man, is that, and please hear me, everybody. Understand this. If you can't run your, that's it right there. Thank you, Jesus. We got to clean. They got to clean their households up first.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. When if you got, and this is a big scenario and a big situation that, and I've seen this, and this is really kind of the progression of how things have kind of walked in some of these clubs is, and I'll say this way, them white boys don't fuck around like that. That's real talk.
Yeah.
Them white boys don't fuck around like that. You do some shit like that on the national level after it's been brought out as a national, you do that shit like that, you turn your shit in, man. If you don't turn your shit in, trust me when I tell you, if you ain't never seen Nomad show up in your area, you're going to see him show up in your area and they're going to come have a conversation. Now, I done seen scenarios like that on the former side. They shut the whole fucking chapter down. They said, y'all don't want to fucking listen? Fine. Y'all motherfuckers shut that whole shit down. When something was said after that, okay.
Yeah.
And a week later, they was shut down. Period, point blank. I won't get into anything else. But that's internal in-house shit. So
that's what I'm telling you is that's what we got to start.
I got that.
Okay.
I got that. But the thing that comes down to it is the first thing that you do, and the first thing, I'm going to tell you this, man, and this is how I used to do it in my state when I was in Colorado. I used to tell my people, man, that came into town, don't come in town with that fucking bullshit. This is my fucking house. So if you don't want to come and you don't want to break bread with motherfuckers that's in my network, then don't even fucking show up. That's just how it is. When you come to my house, That's my fucking house. You ain't coming to my house telling me what the fuck you gonna do or what you ain't gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what you gonna do in my fucking house. And if you don't want to do shit in my house, the fuck out my house. And that's period point blank. If you don't like it, hey, look, if we got a big ass yard, space and opportunity, and I'll take a deep ass breath so we can get rid of the space. Because that's just how it is, man. You know, if you can't control your house, that's a problem. So as the P in your area, in your state, I don't know the ranks and stuff like that, because you should have a rank structure. On the white side, it really ain't the rank structure like it is on the black side. Black side, in some clubs, you got regional, state bosses, you got all different kind of things, and then you got nationals. You know, that's kind of how it is. On the white side, you kind of have, you know, presidents, regionals, and then nationals. It ain't a lot of secondary things. So whoever's in charge of that state, regardless if it's a chapter or area, whatever it is, if you don't have a state boss and you're the president of that area and it's your event, that's your fucking event. They better handle the way you do business. And if your bros ain't good with it, then you need to be like, yo, this is how we do business in my house. So if you don't want to come to my house, like again, I'll say it again, you don't want to come to my house, and if you don't want to respect the way we doing business, then that's on you, man. You need to just not show up, because these people is going to be here. If you ain't good with them, hey, man, you need to go, man. And that's just how it is. But that's something that bros got to start. And I'll say it like this, man. This is real talk. A lot of cats that's in these positions, and they P's and they in these top positions, they ain't doing what they supposed to be doing, and they need to be doing their fucking job. If you got a P on your fucking chest,
that part,
your ass should be handling your fucking chapters and handling your area. Ain't nobody above you in terms of that unless you got a regional state boss. And that regional state boss should be respected, because anything that you do in your house, if you got a regional or you got a state boss, it should already went through your regional state boss for approval. Because you ain't just going to do some shit and all of a sudden he don't know about it, he finding out. You get to approve from him. That way you ain't got to worry about it. So when shit drops off, you go to your state and say, look, man, handle this shit, because it's going to be some problems, some issues real quick, fast, in a hurry. Well, and that's just how it is, man. I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of cats out there. They wearing these motherfucking patches. They got these responsibilities, and they not upholding the standard, man, of what you're supposed to be doing. And the P, man, that's like one of the most, and that's what a lot of cats don't understand, man. The P is one of the most powerful positions. It's a powerful position, but it's a motherfucking pain in the ass, because you always fucking around and dealing with the bullshit that motherfuckers don't understand. But see, y'all motherfucking P's be running around here like, oh, I want to get in free at the club. Oh, I got this one. I'm going to get pussy tonight. It ain't like that, man. Being a motherfucking president of a 1% club, shit.
I tell everybody, the P stand for politician, because as a president, that's all you do all day is you politic.
100.
It don't stand for president. The P stand for politician. Yeah, because that's all you're doing. Man. You have to be able to negotiate, get agreements done, get understandings, contracts. You got to be able to do all that. But let me give you a hand clap real quick. That is for what you just said. That is for when you say, understand this. There's a lot of people holding titles that can't hold the position.
Man, that weight is a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying?
And when I'm telling you, Gunzz, what you're saying, and the dream, not the dream, but the vision that you have for this national come together, kumbaya. You understand me? Yeah. This national come together, kumbaya. Listen. Look,
man, we do it all the time. National roundups. You go to national roundup, you see every fucking dominant black dominant. You see it. They don't have no issue with each other. They get along with each other. I mean, look, they generally got issues with each other, but they keep the peace in the aspects of basically the roundup. And every once in a while you're gonna have issues and you're gonna have problems. But what it comes down to is when you're looking at the goal of what you're trying to accomplish, it starts with the states. The states got to control their states and make sure that they get that shit done. That shit's gonna filter down, man. I'm gonna tell you, I've seen peace brokers happen for clubs that no love. I mean, we got issues with these clubs. Been having issues with these clubs for years. One state just basically said, look, man, we need to stop this shit. We got the cops, because that's what, like you said it. You said it 100%, man. Jacksonville PD was just like, what the fuck is going on? These motherfuckers is getting together. Ah, shit, some shit gonna pop off. And that's exactly what they think. Because there's nothing more powerful than a bunch of motherfuckers working together. And I'm going to tell you, man, we can get together and work together and have these events, host these events, put on these beautiful things, go in, take time to raise some money for some of these local places, raise money for veterans, raise money for suicide awareness, raise money for the kids, do stuff like that. Man, it kills them. Because now all of a sudden they're looking at it like, how these motherfuckers put it together? How? Now they want to try to, break the alliances. They want to start shit. But when it comes down to it is, as bikers, we have common shit that we like to do, and that's ride our fucking bikes, enjoy ourselves, have a good time, party, and do our thing. That common goal is so powerful. But we just have to get to the point exactly what you said in the first place. Motherfuckers, man, them chips. You gotta get them chips, man. Them chips on their shoulders, man. You ain't proving shit to nobody by being a badass or whatever it is. But guess what? You can prove so much shit to your community by shutting the fuck up and letting shit go about and work shit out between the groups. That's a powerful motherfucking thing.
Man, I got something for you, see, because you think you half-ass slick with this kumbaya shit tonight. I got something for you that was on your page. We're going to play some commercials.
2020, man.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, man, listen. We're going to play a commercial, man. We're going to play some commercial, pay the bills around here, man, with my sponsors, and we'll be right back, man.
Eco One, the superior eco-friendly motorcycle and auto detailing spray. Eco One super wetting and low foaming polymer technology cleans by flowing underneath the dirt particles and lift them away from the surface. All you need to do is spray, wipe, and watch the amazing shine appear. All of this is done with very little time and effort, but the results look like you spent all day waxing your vehicle. Eco One. Don't ride dirty. Select Luxury Cars, proud sponsor of the FHO Podcast Live Show, the most diverse luxury vehicle selection in the greater Atlanta area, the highest quality customer service, and unmatched nationwide pricing. Contact Mike Goodall at 678-855-2292 to schedule your appointment today. Select Luxury Cars, trusted family dealer since 1994. You're listening to MC 101 Talk Show. Live. Hosted by two Gunzz. Co-hosted by Big Cell. And we talking straight motorcycle protocol. Tune in every Wednesday around 7 p.m. for pure motherfucking facts on FHO Podcast Radio. MC 101, where motorcycling is life. Montana Cigar Company sells premium cigars and accessories. Located in Union City, Georgia at 4641 Flat Shoals Road, Suite C, Union City, Georgia 30291. Montana Cigar Company offers a smooth, laid-back, serene, mature adult environment for cigar aficionados. Discounts for all the first responders, military, teachers, and nurses. Come enjoy your favorite games and boxing matches on our big screen TVs. We also have a poker table where you can come and try your luck. Big Cell. You still keeping it 100. Well, keep hitting those asses with the truth on FHO Podcast Radio.
All right, man, we back, man. I'm talking to my man, Two Gunzz, and we talking about unifying the set, man, bringing it back. We talking about picnicking and kumbaya and all that other shit. Yeah, we talking about we talking about all that shit. But I got something for you. I'm gonna show you how what you want to happen can't happen because of simple shit. This just happened on MC 101. It was it might not have been on MC 101. I'm sorry, it was on another one of the pages, and I'm pretty sure you saw it. It was a question. This question alone caused so much motherfucking havoc. A question And I'm gonna tell y'all the question. This one question caused so much havoc on Facebook. I think it's up to like damn near 1,300 comments by now. And then,
yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm gonna kill you off with right here. Up to 1,300 comments, and then it got into some Facebook thugging and banging and all kind of shit on this one question. And the question was simply put. The question was asked, who is the oldest black OMC or dominant or whatever, or the oldest black club or something? That was the question that was on one. Yeah. And from this one question, you had 7 fights, 13 killings, 8 stabbings, 4 drive-by. Hold on, 4 drive-bys, 19 kidnaps, 137 fuck yous, 100 and meet me in the parking lot. From this one question, who is the oldest dominant? Who is the oldest black club on the set? From that one question, dude, people lost their mind. Everybody coming on. Oh, well, we was here. This is that. We was this and this is that. Well, they're not all black. They mixed. Well, the dude that really started this, his father really said he started it, but really his grandmama started it. So it's a co-ed club. I mean, it was all kind of shit.
Like, really?
I mean, damn. But I'm saying,
wow.
So
I didn't see. I would tell you, man, I didn't see that. And one of the things that I would tell you, man, and this is what I try to do on the page is I look at content because we had a good one, and look, Sandy, man, I love you, brother. He came on and was like, I'm gonna come into the area and start what's the name? Tell me how it is. And he was like, a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people don't know OG in the game. So he was really being sarcastic, and he was just kind of clowning. And it got to 250 comments, and it wasn't like fighting, but it was like it was funny. People was like, but you could see so much misinformation and so much stuff that was going on the page, and you just like. So I watched it to make sure that it don't get to the point that we get 1,300. We got people arguing, because once it gets to that point, then
the message is lost.
You're doing. Go ahead.
The message is lost.
The message is gone.
It's gone. And that's the thing. And so basically, but what I'm saying is this, and I'm saying this. Lord have mercy. The shit that you want to happen, the stuff that you're asking to happen, okay? And again, I would love to see it. I would love to see the motorcycle community come together genuinely on an everyday basis, on a regular basis. I would love for the clubhouses to be the safest place for anybody on a motorcycle. I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love for a motorcycle clubhouse. Listen, let me say this. I would love, because what I'm saying is this. Any motorcycle clubhouse anywhere in America, if you pull up on a motorcycle, you're supposed to be able to go in that motherfucker and have a good time and be safe.
Yeah.
Hands down. I don't give a fuck if you know anybody in the club, don't know nobody in the club. If you pull up to a motorcycle clubhouse, I don't give a fuck if you black, white, Chinese, green, blue, purple, yellow, gold, or whatever. If you pull up to any motorcycle clubhouse anywhere in the United States of America on your motorcycle, you're supposed to be able to go in that motherfucker party, have a good time, and be safe. Right or wrong?
Oh, no, it's like you're going to get some questions first. Like, hey, man, what the fuck you doing? But after you just like, man, look, I'm just riding around, man, trying to come break bread. Oh, shit, there you go. You good. But I'm going to get on that question. Like, I hear what you're saying, but the funny thing about it, and here's the crazy thing about it, is people show so much passion about their clubs and about their chapters. And that's a beautiful thing that you have that. When you get to the point where you feel like you need to argue, and then you go to it and you look at it and say, well, what is really? Let me say, KRS-One, old school rapper. He had a line. He said, "Y'all motherfuckers talking about y'all the OGs and y'all this, but in all honesty, rappers only 20 years old. So if you're looking at MC." We really ain't like, when you talking about what we talking about, we ain't even a decade in. We ain't even half a decade in. So when you look at the aspects of that on the black side, I mean, look, yeah, we got 50. You only got a few clubs out there that got 50 that can say they got 50. And so even on the white side, you can say, okay, well, you know, hey, Yonkers, they got a decade. You know, San Francisco, they got a decade. So who else got a decade? Who else got a decade that ain't the Yonkers and that ain't San Francisco? Who ain't the OGs that started in 1903s, 1907s, and 1914s? Because the next newest one that you would look at it and say, okay, well, the Blues Fighters or the Poor Bastards. So those clubs, they still got 10 years to be a decade. So this is new shit, man. We can't start talking about you the OGs and you the, oh, we got the most time. Look, man, we babies in this, man.
But not even that though. But what I'm saying is this though. What I'm saying is, what difference does it matter if you
don't? That's exactly where I'm going.
And my comment, because my comment on the page was, listen, all of this shit because you don't know the answer. Because like you said, if you know, which shit is. Okay, Google, who's the oldest? You understand what I'm saying? So all of the you got people getting shot on the page, stabbed on the page. You know, they call the mama them been called on the page because you don't know how to say. Oh, ask Google who's the oldest MC.
Yeah, you know, I mean that was the crazy thing about that was the crazy thing about that one thing they were talking about Man's Club and stuff like that. It's just like I said, man. Look, you can say, oh well, this club was the oldest club. But unless you documented that you was the oldest club, it's got to be in your bylaws. You can say, oh, we started in 1947. Okay, well, you started in 1947, but you're the oldest 1% club. But when did you get your diamond? Oh, we didn't get our diamond until 1973. Well, motherfucker, your time don't start at 47. You can't be a bike club and all of a sudden you're a motorcycle club and you counting 100 years.
Fuck that. Not even that. Not even that. My argument is I don't give a fuck who was the oldest diamond club. What impact have you left on the set? Other than
it ain't even that.
Yeah,
it ain't even that.
What impact have you left on the set other than being the oldest diamond club? If you ain't done shit, if you haven't set up legacies, if you haven't set up empires, if you haven't set shit up to where it means something. For example, for FHO, man, I'm trying to set some shit up that will go down in the history of the earth where people will remember. Man, Big Cell made it cool for a motherfucker to ride a motorcycle without all of the drama. Big Cell made it cool for independent to decide, because that's what I want for FHO. I want to give an independent person everything he needs to know to make a decision and to effectively MC if he chooses to MC.
Yeah, okay. So what you're talking about, and I'll say it like this, and kind of flowing back to what we're talking about. So now, here's the question I would ask, and this is the question I would. So if you're the oldest, and you're the oldest MC, it's exactly what you're saying. What the fuck have you done? So tell me what you've done. So if you're the oldest MC, well, guess what you should be? You should be the fucking example. Because you started this. You should be the ones that's saying, yo, this is the way we did shit back in the day. Look, you can talk to any OG that's out there. They'll tell you, motherfuckers never was doing all this drama, BS, bullshit. Man, look, these motherfuckers used to get together in the 60s and 70s and break bread with each other across spectrums, across lines. You didn't have, like, some of the white dominants was hanging out with the black. No, that may not have been, that persona may not have been there. But you still had individuals that had mutual respect for each other. You still had motherfuckers that would get together. Shit, 81 and motherfucking 13 the Mongols was motherfucking hanging out for the longest time in California. And then all of a sudden shit got sideways. And now they was at war. So you can't tell me that that's not how shit is. Because if you're the oldest dominant, then you should be setting the example for everybody else to follow. If you want to hold that title, you want that on your chest, or you're on your back, then you should be setting the example. I shouldn't be talking about this. You should be pulling it aside and saying, yo, here's what we're going to do, man. We're going to get these guys together, and we're going to bury these hatchets. We're going to say, we ain't got no drama, no BS. We're going to try to make sure we're doing things good in these areas, and we're going to start giving back to the community. Because fighting with each other and doing the rest of that bullshit ain't helping nobody out. It don't help out 99, don't help out 1%, don't help out nothing.
One of the things
all we doing is shooting ourselves.
One of the things I say, Gunzz, and this is what people don't, and to me, they just don't get it. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it because I'm doing the research. I'm reading articles. I'm reading, articles in the AMA and everything else. Listen, man, I'm telling y'all right now, and I'm gonna say this with as serious as I can. Y'all keep on fucking around, and y'all gonna fuck off to the point to where we can't even wear a fucking vest.
The Australia.
I'm just being 100.
It'd be like Australia.
I'm telling you, this shit is getting. Listen. Let me say this because I done already said too much, so I know I'm gonna get a phone call or two after after the show. I already know what's gonna happen. But understand this: the fight is bigger than us.
Yeah.
Anybody that is on a motorcycle should be embraced by everybody because it's already fucked up times already. It's already what they say public scrutiny. It's already that. So right now is not the time to be worried about. Well, either y'all need to deal with us, and we need this amount of money from every member every 30 days or every quarter, because this the thing, and I can't say this. Well, fuck it. Let me tell you something. Let me say this. Okay, Lord, give me strength. Okay.
You said give me strength.
Because I already know what's going to happen. But anyway, I got to keep it 100. I got to keep it 100. I got to keep it 100. Let me hold on. Let me get this.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that make you happy.
Let me tell you something. Fuck it. Just because you wear something that says I am a part of something else, don't think that something else gonna put their life on the line to save you because you done got your ass into something else.
Yeah.
Was that good enough without?
Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough.
Wow. Yeah. So because what kills me is you ask or you demand of these people to come to you in order to do this, and these people think that they have the protection of you or the goodness of you in order to not have no issues, and one of their members accidentally crosses the line and boom, 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 and it's just all a mess. Because let me tell you something.
Man, that shit been over since 2001, 2002, man. The whole concept of support. Yeah. The whole concept of support is not support. So
at all.
I even wrote it on the page, man. I said, you guys is not understanding support. I'm using the quotes for y'all motherfuckers don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about support. That means that you support the dominant 100%. I'm not talking about coming to their fish fries. I'm not talking about coming to their parties. I'm not talking about coming to their clubhouses. I'm talking about side by side, y'all riding side by side. And that's just how it is. That's the separation between
it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. If that's your dream, if that's what they told you, or that's what you bought into, it ain't gonna happen.
No, it ain't gonna happen. But it's like touching back on it. It's gonna take the dominants to come together and say, we at a point in our lives right now, and I mean, I'm a shout out, major shout out, Sarge, man, from Soul Brothers, man. He is definitely pushing the element, pushing the level to try to bring folks together on a positive note, and that's what we need in this community, and it needs to start progressing itself. But I'm gonna tell you, I've been to about 4 states, and I'm seeing the same things happening around, and so I still see the positivity. I still see that it can happen, because the DMV is a nice area where you got a good mix of different clubs. They all kind of flow with each other, get along with each other. A couple of them ain't too good with each other, but they ain't really got a lot of drama, and you ain't gonna get no, ain't nobody getting into no gangster shit. And when you start to get down,
it's hard to get into gangster shit when you got all that goddamn FBI, CI, AAGGY.
I mean, that is what it is on that one.
And when you got all the goddamn cameras, technology, the satellite.
That's a whole nother motherfucking hour. But it's like, like coming down to North Carolina, South Carolina. I've seen it down there.
Okay.
Ain't really did to Georgia, but I can tell you in Atlanta. Atlanta's a nice spot where they got a good mix of different clubs that get together, and they still got, they got their issues and problems every once in a while. I mean, I've seen it. And then Florida, man, I hate to say it, man, but real talk, Florida leading the world now,
Florida doing their thing. Florida now, like I said, man, Florida doing their thing.
I had love for Memphis, man. I'll tell you what, man. I got love for Memphis.
Memphis doing their thing. Memphis doing their thing.
Look, I know I was beating some people up from Memphis, and I went there, man, and I don't know between the motherfucking that damn dry rub and motherfucking and being that close to Mississippi, I was loving it, man. I was like, wow. But there's definitely some areas that's out there, man, and it can happen. The biggest issue that comes down to it is exactly what you said and what I'm saying. Is them chips got to come off them shoulders. People got to look at it and say to themselves are we tired now of dealing with and having to go through this drama and this BS? Because like you said, the Mongols went through 9 fucking years, and I was there for 6 of it. And all it was highs, lows. I mean, I know a brother that got married and he put his cut on to get married and took his cut off because he was worried about the fans coming in and taking the cut off his back. And when you get to the point where law enforcement is targeting you like that, you don't realize it and you don't understand it. Man, look, Texas, they handing out fucking tickets to motherfuckers that were supporters and telling them you got to come to court and giving them a ticket for wearing a fucking cut. So if you don't understand that they against us, and every time that you put a chink in that fucking armor, every time that you do some stupid shit, every time you do some dumbass shit, every time you got to fight or issue a problem, you put another little chink in that armor. And you put another little dent in that armor. And you make it weaker, and you make it weaker, and you make it weaker. And inevitably, law enforcement going to come in and do that shit like they do in fucking Australia where only 2 motherfuckers can be together at one time. If you don't, and you hit 3 or more, that's a minimum of 60 days in jail. Second time, 6 months. Third time, up to 5 years in jail. So now, if you want us to be in that type of situation, that type of shit, that bullshit, keep fucking up, man. But what you could do is we need to get back to these picnics in the parks. We need to get back to these gatherings. We need to get back to this, shit. Let's get some bikini bike washes. She's naked girls running around.
Say it for what it is. Let's get back to when an annual was a motherfucking annual. Let's get back to that shit. Fuck all of this. Give me $20 to get in, and and I'm fuck all that. Let's get back to when the annuals, when we came and celebrated with you and gave back to you because you've been traveling all over the world, giving to us, to everybody else. Let's get back to that. Let's get back to when the annual was a goddamn family reunion. Let's get back to that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? All of it, but hey, anyway, let me say this real quick. Today, New Year's Day, man. Me and my boys, FHO. I ain't gonna, not my boys like my boys, but my partners, my boys. FHO. Me, my man Julius, and my man J1. We left here this morning. We rode to Huntsville, Alabama, to break bread with Rare Breed. They had a bike blessing, New Year's Day ride, the whole 9 yards. So we left here, went there, and from there we rode to Tennessee. Let me say this. Today, I saw a vice president / president. Okay, what I mean by that is today I saw a vice president take the realms because the president couldn't be there.
Yeah, I got you.
You understand what I'm saying? I saw that today.
Yeah.
I saw that today. And I saw a president who came and said, hey, Dad, you got it. I can't handle it today. You got it. And it wasn't no bullshit, and it wasn't no animosity, and it wasn't no, it wasn't none of that. I saw a club today. I saw a club today bring together several different people, females, males, independents, clubs, And we did a 70+ mile ride, a controlled ride, no police escort, a professional, a beautiful, a fucking 100% 70+ miles. We went over 70 miles. When
man, hey, look, you give me a hard on, man. You better stop that. I'm too old for that shit, man.
Listen, I'm telling you, I was a part of it today. I witnessed.
It's beautiful, man. Listen, that shit is beautiful.
Listen, I witnessed a president give his speech, turn it over to the road captain, gave his speech. The road captain assistant gave his speech, gave the signs. We're going to start from right here. We're going to do this when I do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this when I do this. We're going to do that. And I'm telling you, we were from Atlanta. So we didn't know none of these people. We really, I may have knew, if it was 80 people, I may have knew maybe 3. But I'm telling you, I saw a ride put together today where that shit it was beautiful. Over 70 miles. Now, most of your little rides for New Year, they be 20, 30 miles. And, this was over 70 miles. And when the leader got out, he gave us, when I fall out, you guys keep going. Hit the 1, get in the 1 lane. Hit the 2, get in the 2 lane. All of the rules and the regulations. We get on the freeway, he gonna block everybody. Get on, get over, boom. Dude, not one incident, not one person, out of line, not none of that shit. Dude, that shit was it was so amazing that I went over to the vice president, because the president was not there. I went over to the vice president and said, brother, thank you. Because it is hard to take control of that many people and do it with such grace and nobody had to raise their voice. It wasn't nobody pointing, get over, get in line. And it wasn't none of that. Everybody was on point. Everybody paid attention. Everybody got into 1 line when it was time to go past. Everybody got back into 2 lines. It was fucking, it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. It was some good shit.
And here's the crazy thing about that, right? The crazy thing about that is, you talking about I'm singing Kumbaya, but guess what? You just experienced it.
No.
And that's the beauty in it.
That's what I'm telling you.
That's the beauty in it.
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. What I'm telling you is this. I know it's there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Jacksonville proved that it's there. What you're saying is it can happen. But I'm telling you, what I'm telling you is this: is that what you want to happen, we need to be having this conversation not with these 99%ers and these independents and all these other people that's listening to us that are seeking the knowledge, because this, to me, ain't got nothing to do with them. This is above their head.
No, and it is. But I'll tell you what, man, they hear, they listening, and several of them, they listen to the podcast, and they actually they do the live. They go back in and they tell me like, yo, man, I feel you on that. I feel you on this.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you what. If one person hears it, I know we have people that's on the podcast right now because you're calling them out, and they from major clubs. If one person hears it, they pass that along. Hey, yo, man, them motherfuckers was spitting some shit the other day, man. They talking about we need to start doing some picnics in the park. We need to start getting together. We need to start burying these hatchets, man. What y'all think about that? And that's that one person talks to that next person, and you got that domino effect, man. You got that rolling down the hill. And the biggest thing right now is that, like what you're saying is, we got to get at the top of the hill and get that boulder going. If we can get that boulder going, it's going to go down that hill and it's going to come with it. And it's going to be amazing because it's there. It is not a question whether we can exist and we can do this together, because you shown it, proved it. I saw it today together riding with different people. I mean, I've seen it. I saw it at a memorial, man, where it was everybody. Every fucking body rolled through there, motherfucker, and they had probably about 70 bikes. And everybody was riding. Everybody already knew what to do. Everybody got everything situated. Any big bike rides, you're going to see that. It's just people, again, taking that shit off their shoulders and saying, look, man, this ain't about me. It ain't about my club. It's about the motorcycle community in a whole. And before we fuck this up and fuck up what our ancestors gave us, we need to come together and basically say, okay, look, how can we work this shit out? Because 9 times out of 10, and I'm going to tell you this, man, y'all can take this to you. Man, you can write this down. You can put a stamp on this motherfucker. 9 times out of 10, when motherfuckers got a problem with each other, it's a misunderstanding. there's some shit that's, somebody said this about that one, about this one, or this happened, and somebody here saying this and that, and all of a sudden you go, no, that's not what happened. Oh, well, that's what I heard. No, that's not what happened. Oh, okay, we good. Really, motherfucker, we almost at war, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh, no, that's not what happened. So that's 9 times out of 10, people ain't getting the real story. And that's one of the reasons why is because we don't have our communication ain't there anymore. But I can tell you, man, there's a lot of different clubs out there, and there's a lot of people that intermix with each other. They may not let each other know. They may not tell their bros that they talking to this or they talking to that. But those networks is open, man. What we got to do is we just got to get in there, and we got to start talking. As 1%ers and as outlaws, we got to start talking and bringing that whole thing back into this, man. Start doing what they doing in Jacksonville, Florida, man. Shout out to SARS, man, down there. Shout out to my man 100% Shine down there doing his thing. I mean, that's what they doing, man. They down there trying to change the game. And, you know, if you got game changers and people that's doing it right, man, you know, we got to start falling into that same mode. And I loved it today, man, getting a chance to get around, you know, 5 or 6 different groups, different clubs. They got together, man, just rode. I mean, that's just nothing but love. Just like you said, nothing but love. Everybody got together, went out, broke bread, had some drinks together, man, did some things together, talked and stuff like that. And that's what it should be about. Man, it's a beautiful fucking Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful fucking Sunday.
It is. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so I just had to give a shout out, man, to Huntsville, Alabama, Rare Breed, President Jawbreaker, and his VP and 6ix9ine and those boys, man. And just the people that were there. Just, I don't know everybody that was there, and some people didn't, you know, it's amazing how when people don't know me, but some people didn't know me and the whole 9 yards. And again, let me say this. Let me tell y'all something. Now, I'm finna step on some toes for real when I say this, but God damn it, it's the truth. And excuse me for cursing, but it is the truth. God dang it. Queens of the South, them females, today, those females, Queens of the South, I think it's the Alabama chapter. I don't know if it's Huntsville or whatever. But Queens of the South, Alabama, if there was a bike show today, if it had been a bike show today, them heifers would have took all first, second, and third. They would have took first, second, and third. It was beautiful, man. It was a beautiful day. So shout out to Huntsville, Alabama, Rare Breed, President Jawbreaker, his VP, and his road captains and everybody. And just shout out to all the beautiful people that was there, man. And shout out, like I said, the Queens of the South. They looked good today out there today, man. Them females, they own bikes with the rims and everything, and shit is just lovely. So shout out, man.
Yeah, I mean, same thing with that, man. I definitely want to shout out Street Soldiers out here from Rocky Mount. Icebreaker, man, y'all did your thing too, man. And then Sons of Solomon, man, they out here from they in Lucana, but basically they're in the Rocky Mount Wilson area, man. They just, you know, they had a lot of love today, man. Got a chance to just chop it up, man, and talk to a few of them, man, just about what, you know, basically about the page, man, what we doing on the page and what they like to see. So, man, I always love it, man, to be able to get together with people, man, and just break bread, because ultimately, man, that's what we got into this for. I got into this, you know, to pass down the information and the knowledge that I was given, you know, from a lot of old motherfuckers, man. But that's the hardest thing now that I look at, you know, with the thing too in the community is just getting back. I want to try to get back to the old ways that we did things. You know, and I know it's tough, man, because people trying to make money and, you know, the clubhouses. But, you know, guess what, man? If you got sponsored rides, you guys get together, put it together, and just break bread, go from clubhouse to clubhouse to clubhouse, man. Set that up in your areas to where you guys just get together and say, you know what we're going to do today, on Sunday, this day, we all going to go from clubhouse to clubhouse to clubhouse. And you ain't got to keep your clubhouse open. Join the train. So if your clubhouse, if y'all starting at 10 o'clock and y'all going to be at the clubhouse at 12 o'clock and say y'all going to run to 4 clubhouses that day, so you run it, they come to your clubhouse, break bread with you, throw something together, you jump off, y'all go to the next clubhouse, they go to the next clubhouse, then y'all going to do something a little bit later, come back and whatever it is. What I'm trying to tell you, man, is just get together and start planning some shit for your weekends. Especially with summertime coming up, this is a great time, man, to start organizing and things. I'm going to say this, and I ain't trying to be mean to some of the social clubs or whatever it is, but MCs out there, motorcycle clubs, man, y'all got to get these social clubs off your calendars, man. if you're not supporting your MC,
hold on. Wait, hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same.
I'm telling you, man. I had this conversation.
Hold up, man. Wait a minute, homie. Listen. Did you just say what the fuck I think you just said?
Absolutely. Y'all, look. Y'all cats out there, man, got to get these social clubs off your calendars, man. If you ain't breaking bread with your MC bros, motherfuckers on the MC set, and you more worried about going to a social club event, man, you got the game fucked up, man. That game is fucked up.
Do you understand?
Hey, Two Gunzz said it. That game is fucked up if you worried about social club calendars and you ain't worried about MC calendars.
So you telling me if a motherfucker got a mandatory event on their calendar and it belongs to a social club, they fucking up. Is that what you're telling me?
If they got a MC got a mandatory for a social club?
Yes.
I'm gonna take my hat. Look, I'm gonna take my red hat off and put it somewhere. Listen, I got my little mask. Y'all motherfuckers.
You know what in Georgia, you know what they do now. In Georgia, the Fridays belong to the social. Fridays belong to the social club. Saturdays belong to the MC.
I mean, hey, look, if that's your local area and that's what you're doing, as long as the aspect that comes down to it, if you an MC and you more worried about going to the social club events versus going and breaking bread with your MC bros, that's a fucking problem. It starts right there. And we're going to talk about this on the page because I know somebody already actually said, hey, what do you think about social clubs? And should social clubs be underneath the dominance?
I did a show. I did a video on that, and I'm gonna just say this. I did a video on that, and I'm gonna say it one more. Cause see, you done brought it up, so I'm really. So listen, y'all. I want y'all. When I say this, it's because Two Gunzz he told me I could say it. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people. I'm gonna say it as loud as I can. Don't know social club. Oh no MC shit. Don't know MC. Have no business governing no social club. I'm done.
And the bad part about it is, I actually had this conversation. I asked the person, I said, okay, you're a social club, right? I said, tell me the foundation to start a social club. Well, wait a minute. You going to tell me? Well, my club, no, not your club. Tell me where social clubs started. Where's the foundation of social clubs?
The foundation of social clubs was they were called social savings clubs, which was a lot of the females back in the day. Because I have a original social club member, and I'm gonna try to get her back in the studio. My girl Teresa from Golden Hawks, she can break down.
We talking about social clubs that came out in the early part of the 20s and 30s or whatever it is. But social clubs actually go back to overseas.
Period. I mean, she broke it all the way down. She broke it all the way down. But like I said, I just wanted to say that again because when I hear that you have to be attached to an MC in order to exist, and I'm saying, what the fuck? But
here's the bad part about that. So it's a double-edged sword. So now all of a sudden, if they don't have any, let's break it down. I'm gonna break it down real quick. Social clubs historically have never, ever, 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 ever been associated with motorcycle clubs. When I got to the East Coast, I was like, the fuck is y'all talking about? Because I know social clubs in Oakland. I know them. Guess what? My sister was a part of one. My aunties was a part of them. They ain't got nothing to do with motorcycles.
They do now, though. They do now. Oh, they do now?
They do now.
Yeah, they do now.
They did church functions. No. They did local shit. They did the sorority shit.
Oh, let me say this.
A lot of social clubs have nothing to do with that.
Let me say this.
I'm talking about California. I ain't talking about no South.
Hold on. Let me let y'all know. And I ain't supposed to show this, so I ain't gonna show that. I was gonna pull up that little thing and just let you know that I'll use it when I say this. Understand this, Gunzz. They giving out most rep social clubs at MC events.
Look, I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like. I'm just sitting there like, how I'm a woosah on that one. I'm just going. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna go back to my original statement. MCs, you should not be putting a social club before your MC community. If you are, you just got the game fucked up. Because look, man, I'm gonna say it like this, man. No, I ain't gonna say that. I've been mean to social clubs, and people are gonna call me out on it like 2 Gunzz. You gotta stop saying they pussy chick. Look, I'm just saying, you gotta make sure as a social club, historically social clubs, they were not associated with MCs. Now they are, but when it comes down to it, is there has to be the line of separation between the MC community. Now, if you have a social club in your ranks, I'm not saying nothing about that. That ain't my business. I ain't worried about it. That's on you. What I'm trying to say is, if you're more worried about your social club than you are taking care of your community, that's fucked up. Because the community needs to grow itself in terms of MC. We need to get together and get this shit straightened out. It ain't about going to the club. It ain't about chasing pussy. It ain't about trying to find the next thing. It ain't about trying to, get your homie hookup. It's about uplifting the community and us getting out here doing the same thing we doing, riding these motherfucking bikes and having fellowship, brotherhood, and shit like that, man. You can't have brotherhood. You can't have fellowship. You can't have all the rest of the things I'm talking about if you're out chasing pussy. Real talk. Real talk.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's been our show for tonight, as Gunzz has definitely taken us off air. I'm glad you were able to tune in while we lasted. And listen, man, we can talk about that, man, all day. We on. So Gunzz is on a kumbaya mission for 2020. We all on the kumbaya mission. We want everybody to come together. We want to do the picnic in the park with all clubs. Erase the patch police and the hate, and just come together, man, and for the love of twos. And like I said, we do agree that we have to get this message to the top, to the peoples at the top, to get them to sit down and say, hey, this is what it is, or at least establish some rules. If we go, we might not get along, but only on this day, like a safe day or a safe, on this day for the people, for the public.
Absolutely, man.
Whatever.
Look, man, the Bloods and Crips can do it, man. Shit, we can do it.
Yeah, so let's do it for Nipsey Hussle. Goddamn it, fuck it. Let's do it for Nipsey.
Man.
But it is what it is, man. This has been a hell of a show, man. Like I said, let me finish.
Before we get out, man. I definitely want to. I did dedicate this show. I'm gonna tell you, man. This is real talk, TJ. Rest in peace, man. Rest in heaven, bro. I know you riding. I mean, you looking down at us, man. I love you. Beautiful ceremony. One of the things that he always told me in driving back from Memphis, that's a long ass road from North Carolina, and everything that he said to me, all the stuff that he said to me over these years, it just kept resonating. And what it was telling me was, you got to get the message out to these people that we need to stop doing what we're doing, and we need to come together as brothers, and we need to come together as fellowship. Because that was his words. That's what he used to say. 2 Gunzz, these motherfuckers is just fucking up the game. They need to get it together. They need to get out riding their motherfucking bikes together and just have nothing but brotherhood and love. Drink some shine together, do that. That was his famous thing. You come to his house, man, they try to kill you with that shine. And the whole thing comes down to it, man, was his mission, and what he used to always talk about, man, was definitely about brotherhood, fellowship, and getting back into doing stuff like in the parks, doing the annuals, getting out there, man. And it ain't about necessarily making money. It's about fellowship and brotherhood, man. And I want to make sure, man, shout out to him. TJ, I love you, man. Michelle, I know you listening to the show, man. You always got somebody got your back 100.
There it is there, man. So real quick, let's do a moment of silence for TJ. Let's do a 15-second moment of silence for TJ. On behalf of 2 Gunzz and everybody that loved you, brother, and everybody that I didn't get a chance to meet you, would love to sit down and have a conversation. But 15 seconds, moment of silence starting now. That's for TJ, baby. There it is there, man. So, listen, man, tonight has been tonight has been epic for me. Some things were said, and again, I mean no disrespect. I'm just telling you what I saw, telling you what I know. When I speak from the heart. I don't be making shit up, or even if somebody tell me a story, I have to investigate it before I even repeat it. So it was some true shit said tonight, and there was some confessions made tonight as far as where we got to be and what we need to do to get to the next level. It's 2020, man. It's time to really understand what it's all about before we lose it all. Because I'm telling you, it is being jeopardized on the daily. I promise you that. So again, Two Gunzz, I love you, brother. I appreciate you. It's 2020. Big things happening. Like I said, we're trying to do major things over here at FHO. We're trying to do just grow this thing, man. And we definitely gonna continue to bring the truth. We definitely gonna continue to do our research. There's so much more to learn with this stuff that with this motorcycling stuff. And again, like I said, my mission and my goal for FHO is to simply give the independent rider, the enthusiast, the person who has a question, to give them all the answers that they need to, if they want to decide the motorcycle, to effectively understand, embrace, love, and enjoy the MC. Period. And that's, I guess, when you break it all down, that's been my mission, man. And I use this as my ministry, and to just spread the truth, man, and just to keep it 100, because I didn't have a big sale when I joined the MC. I didn't have nobody telling me, no, brother, that ain't how you do it. It ain't about you. It's about them. The whole 9 yards. So, so that's what it is for me, man. So I appreciate you tonight, sir. A lot of shit was said tonight. Y'all might want to rewind this if you came home late. This is going to be a nice big one, doozy woozy. So it is what it is. But, hey, that was it, man. That was our time, man. Again, man, Happy New Year 2020, man. FHO. We did at least 400 miles today, man. We kicked it off with at least 400. We did 3 states today. Georgia, we was in Georgia. We did Alabama. We did Tennessee today, man. Just on some bullshit, man. Real cold. We don't give a fuck. We're going to ride. Hope you had a chance to ride today wherever you are. If you're snowed in, that's your motherfucking fault. Move. But other than that, that's my man Two Gunzz, MC 101 every Wednesday night right here. It's going down. Check him out if you're on Facebook, MC 101 Tradition and Protocol page. You must be approved to get on the page. You must understand that there are rules and regulations to stay on the page. We don't play that bullshit at all. But please rewind this if you missed it. There was a lot of information shared today. 2020, Gunzz is going to put this big unity picnic on. We're going to try to come up with a date and a time to put this real big old picnic together, babe. So stand by for that, man. We love you all. It's been fun. It's your boy, Big Cell, man, FHOHNIC. And again, Happy New Year to everybody, 2020. Let's get it, man. Gunzz, I love you, brother. Peace. Yes, sir.
Big Cell. You still keeping it 100. Well, keep hitting those asses with the truth on FHO Podcast Radio. It's your boy, Big Cell, FHO's HNIC, Mr. MB Everywhere. FHO is a lifestyle, a movement, grown folks' business.